Hey guys, looking at a couple items from Lightake today. Starting off, we'll look at these magazines. These are straight 18-round magazines, much like the NFStrike magazines. Really, only notable differences are the absence of the rubber bumpers that the NFStrike ones have, and the Lightake ones also don't have the little triangle detail at the bottom, or the warning information and stuff like that. But dimensionally and aesthetically, they're pretty much duplicates, and for all intents and purposes, they function identically. If anything, the Lightake mags might have a slightly stronger follower spring, but I've noticed they seem to feed fine. The somewhat common issue of some of the knockoff magazines of the little catch latch piece here not being perfect, it's not as bad on these ones. I tested them in pretty much every blaster I have, and I think the Hyperfire, the newer Hyperfire, was the only one that had a bit of an issue, but everything else feeds in just fine. It's not snug, but it's not loose. It's actually a really nice fit. It's very, very positive. That keeps them to where they're not like flopping around real bad, but at the same time they're not like a force fit. Also fit in just fine. But yeah, the material seems to be pretty good. It's still just a little bit flexible. Seems very forgiving. I haven't dropped them from very high up or anything, but they seem to be pretty well on par with the Nerf pieces, and so I wouldn't be afraid to purchase these for sure. The price fluctuates a little bit. For the most part, I mean, they are cheaper than Nerf brand, but it kind of depends on your location and shipping and stuff like that. But I do like having the clear. Just, you know, I know some people don't like having their ammo capacity visible to other people, but I don't care as much. But no, I definitely, I was actually pretty impressed. These kind of showed up unexpectedly. But I kind of put them through their paces a little bit, tried them in a lot of blasters, tried different types of darts, different firing rates, different, you know, firing modes, and they seem to do just fine, so I gave them a solid yes on that. Next up, this is the worker flash hider suppressor piece that has the little threaded guy on here to accept the longer suppressor deal. That's designed, I thought, is only designed for fitting on the outside of the barrel material, which you see it quite often, but also it does fit on the inside of the NFStrike connectors. So it is a same friction fit here, and of course that fit varies blaster to blaster, just manufacturing tolerances. Here it's a good snug fit. And it is removable fairly easily, but not going to fall out on this strife. But for example, on this Retaliator, it is a loose fit. But included in the box is these little sticker sheets, and really it is just blank sticker strips that you can add to the outside of this piece or to the barrel here to make up just a little bit of that difference and add a little more friction if you need it for looser fitting parts. So that's kind of a nice little addition that they, you know, didn't necessarily need to, but it's kind of that little attention to detail that makes you feel a little better about buying it. So that's really nice, and I do have the suppressor piece, or the thread-on piece, in the mail, hopefully. Then I'll be reviewing that at that point, but it's a lot heavier duty than I expected. It is apparently an aluminum or some kind of cast metal, and these originally came in just black, which I didn't care for as much because I don't like the tacticalness as much. But this is kind of a bronzy, coppery, amber color almost, and so it does give it. And it doesn't really match the Nerf orange, but it certainly does, you know, look a lot more friendly than a black insert there. But no, I was actually just really impressed with the build quality. I mean, I'm I'm used to working around, you know, metal parts, and especially, you know, cast aluminum, cast iron parts, and this does feel like a very, very nice piece. It's a lot better than I expected, especially for the price. And it is worker, and so you know you can really count on the quality there. They've never really let us down yet. Which also leads us on to this next piece that was added to my order, which is the kind of slightly angled vertical grip, which is Picatinny only, but I've seen it used on some Nerf rails, and it kind of depends, because the thickness of this top bit here, the very, very top, where the pieces kind of clamp around, tends to vary a little bit, blaster to blaster. Like, I was not able to get this to fit on some of the Strife parts. I think I got it to fit on a Retaliator barrel extension and a few other things, and so it's kind of hit and miss depending on, you know, that kind of the tolerances and just the manufacturing differences, kind of blaster to blaster. But it does fit Picatinny. I wasn't actually able to test that fully until this piece came in for another project. But when you buy the piece, it's actually a nice, solid feeling piece. It is a not sure what kind of plastic it is, but it is a solid molded plastic. But it's got a rattle in it. And the rattle is this little Allen wrench key included for attaching it, which was a nice little bonus. That it actually comes with its own little storage thing, and I don't know where else you'd store it in there, unless you wanted to put, like, I don't know, you could fit like a fun size Snickers or something in there, which would be cool. But anyway, and on Picatinny, it does have a wonderfully snug fit. It has, you know, no wiggle or wobble like we're accustomed to on Nerf parts and things like that. But it's, you know, remarkably strong for what it appears to be. I don't have experience in, you know, Picatinny fit airsoft and stuff like that, or you know, firearms. But it, there is no wiggle in the piece itself. I mean, there's more wiggle on the printed piece on the Nerf rail than there is between the grip and the Picatinny itself, which is nice, and it has a good, you know, it's just a really, really good positive fit, which is nice, especially if you're going to be putting this on a, say, a pump grip for a long shot Retaliator or something like that, which I plan to do in the future. So that's very reassuring on that. And again, it's a worker part, and it lives up to the quality that Worker's known for, which is very reassuring as well. So there again, it's a good little piece, especially for the price, and you know, it's not a bad deal, especially, you know, through Lightake. It's, you know, surprisingly cheaper than other sources. But no, I've some of these pieces I've been kind of intending to get, and I'm glad that I did get them. So that's you know, a nice little bunch from Lightake, and I've got a few more items coming later, and I'll be sure to review those in the future. So thank you very much for watching.